Yeah, good morning, students. Yes, yeah, very good morning. So today we conclude clock. So yes, I think so we are comfortable with this topic. Students, probably if there is any confusion in this topic, the main confusion is the momentum. If you are confident in handling the particular momentum, I don't think there is any confusion in this topic. Shall we discuss once again? So students, are you comfortable with the momentum of the hands? How the hands move? So that is the only thing we need to understand it. Shall we discuss that particular point again? Yes? Probably with that simple point we can get the answer. Yeah, right. So students, so as far as this clock is concerned, the very simple topic is the momentum of the hands. If you are confident about the momentum, it's not a difficult task. We can easily handle this topic. For example, if I say that the time is 11 o'clock. Students, let me suppose that the time is 11 o'clock. We can see that the hour hand is on 11 and minute hand is on 12 when the time is 11 o'clock. So when the time is 11 o'clock, the minute hand is on 12 and of course the hour hand is on 11. You know that very well. What happens in 60 minutes of time? I am repeating once again. What happens in 60 minutes? Of course, it becomes 12. In 60 minutes, of course, it becomes 12. But you should be very careful. What actually happens, in this particular 60 minutes of time, we can see that minute hand moves only 5 divisions. Sorry, hour hand. Our hand moves only 5 divisions. It comes to 12 from 11. But when it comes to our minute hand, you can see, my dear students, you can see minute hand completes 60 divisions in every 1 hour. So that is the momentum of the hands. Students, am I clear to you? Please, if there is any confusion, please let me know. I hope you understand this. So in every 60 minutes, if you can closely look into that particular concept, very simple, man. In every 1 minute, by the time minute hand completes the rotation, our hands moves only from 11 to 12. It doesn't make more movement because comparatively our hand is very slow. That is the reason why. So our leader in this concept is minute hand. Okay, man? Therefore, simple concept is minute hand covers 55 divisions more in every 60 minutes. Minute hand moves 55 divisions more in every 60 minutes. And hence, every 1 division, how much time it takes, Therefore, for every 1 division, it takes about 12 by 11 minutes. So the entire concept is depending on this particular situation. So this is the significance of clock. Right, my dear students? Now we conclude this topic right now. There are 3 important points in clock. Point number 1, when the hands are coincide. That is point number 1. So as far as the coincide is concerned, we say the coincide when both the hands are 0 divisions apart or both the hands are 0 degrees. My dear students, when you happen to see that coincidence, exactly tell me, when you happen to see the coincidence. Now please answer my question. Answer my question. When you happen to see the coincidence on the clock, exactly, without any confusion, at the face of the clock, you should be able to say, yes, they are coincide. Come on, tell me, at what time? At what time? Yes, you happen to see the coincidence when the time is exactly 12. When the time is 12, you happen to see both the hands are absolutely coincident. Okay? But actually what happens, it seems to be coincide by 12. But for your kind information, in every 1 hour, they get coincide. We may see at 12 o'clock with our naked eyes. But you see, my dear students, at 1:05, 2:10, 3:15, yeah. Every time, in every 1 hour it happens. It so happens. But we don't usually, we can identify with our naked eyes. Right. Students, this is the concept of coincidence. So, in every 1 hour, it happens one time. Student, as far as the clock is concerned, relatively, this concept is a little difficult. I do accept. But when the concept is difficult, we have to show our, what you call, integrity. So, when everything is going fine, so what is our specialty, man? We have to be more alert when the topic is so good, when the topic is so interesting, so complicated. So, once you understand the concept of clock properly, you can understand the remaining topics with an ease, because it includes a beautiful concept. Yeah. My dear students, now here is the question. I am going to give you one question, man. Are you ready? Now, yes, here we go. So, a question is given to you. Right. Between 5 and 6 o'clock, between 5 and 6 o'clock, when the hands are coincide. This is your question, man. You need to answer. You need to answer within 1 minute of time. Your time starts now. Come on, go ahead. Yes, students, now yes, you see that the time is 5 o'clock. So, at 5 o'clock we can see that our hand is on 5 and minute hand is on 12, because the time is 5 o'clock. Students, to be coincide, the minute hand, it is only the minute hand that has to take care. So, the minute hand has to come this direction and should fall it on. That is only way out. We cannot see that our hand will be moving in anti-clockwise direction. Tell me, what is the gap right at the moment? The gap right at the moment is 25 divisions. It is the gap we see. But to coincide, the gap should be 0 divisions, which means the minute hand has to move how many divisions? 25 divisions. For every 1 division, it takes 12 by 11 minutes. So, for 25 divisions, come on student, how many times it get cancelled? 2 times. 20, 80 means 7. 27, 3 by 11 minutes past 5 o'clock. So, the coincidence happens 27. Now, I hope that you are ready to answer one more question. Okay. Now, here we go. Ready students? Between, please take the question, between, okay, between 6:30 and 7 o'clock, between 6:30 and 7 o'clock, when the hands are coincide, between 6:30 and 7 o'clock. Students, sometimes the questions seem to be so silly, sir, what is 6:30? So, we have to take the time is 6:30. It is very difficult to take 6:30. You need not bother about, man. You take only 6. What happens? No problem. So, let us assume that even it is given 6:30, you take only 6. Right. Okay, man. Now, the time is 6 o'clock. Ready? Now, the moment the minute hand starts moving in clockwise direction. Come on, student. Yes. One, like. It moves something like this. Come on. Something like this. Something like this. It comes over here, but you can't see that our hand is like is here. So, again still it moves somewhere and now it meets. So, the momentum the minute hand starts, it obviously takes more than 30 minutes to meet, because the meeting place happens only after 6:30. So, right, no problem. Tell me student, what is the time now? Yes, we have taken the time 6. Even it is given 6:30, we take 6 only. There is no such problem. We can take it. Yeah. So, at 6 o'clock, we see that the gap is 30 divisions. But to be coincide, we have to see the gap is 0 divisions. So, minute hand has to move 30 divisions to coincide. But how much time it takes to move 30 divisions? Because every 1 division is covered in 12 by 11 minutes. Therefore, 30 divisions are covered in what time? 33. 33 man. So you have 30. 33, if you cancel, you have 3. 3 and 0, 30. 11 cancels for 2 times, 22. 8 by 11 minutes, past 6 o'clock. So the coincidence happens. That is the reason, even if it is given 6:30 to 7, but we can take 6. Why to bother about? Student, yes, I think now we are comfortable. I believe that we can move on to next model. Yes, students? Am I clear to? Shall we move on to next concept? Shall we move on to next concept? Calculation. Oh, you are pointing me calculation. Okay, student, never mind. Actually, for example, if I have to cancel 360 by 11, calculation is not very complicated. 11 cancels 36 for 3 times. Say 33. After 33, you left with the 3. So 0 is already there. 11 cancels 30 for 2 times. 22. So how much you left? 8. Okay, student, if you really find it is very difficult, yes, you have the process. But probably in competitions, you need to handle calculations in much better way. Yeah. Students, I think now we can move on to next model. Ready? So we are done with coincidence. I believe that we can move on to next one. Okay. Right, student? Now we are moving to next concept, right angles. Students, right angles. May I know, at the face of the question, at the face of the clock, when you can identify both the hands are at right angles? Yes? Tell me. At the face of the clock, when you identify the hands are right angles. At the face of the clock, when you can identify the hands are at right angles. At 3 o'clock and of course at 9 o'clock, even at 9 o'clock. By the time your class starts sharp at 9 o'clock, by the time your time is at, when the time is 9 o'clock, you can see the hands are at right angles. Student, just look at your watch. Look at your watch. I think the time is close to 9:20. The time is close to 9:20. Right? It is already 20 minutes since the class is started. Now my question to you, please listen to me. At the earliest, when you can see the hands are right angles again. Come on, yes, I put a question to you. You need to respond to my question. Now the time is 9:20. Within what time we can see hands are at right angles? Hands are at right angles. Tell me. Okay, 9 is already done, it is already 9:20. Earliest, at what time we can see hands are right angles? Because from 9 o'clock, student, please look at that. When the minute hand comes onto this, again we can see 90 degrees. So this 90 and this 90. So we can see right angles, at 9 o'clock. And of course at 9:30. We can see right angles at 9 o'clock and 9:30. See man, 9:30, see, this is right angles and this is also right angles. Probably if you have this particular watch, if you have this analog clock, you can see the hands will be at right angles in another 10 minutes of time. Okay. So for your information, my dear students, in 1 hour, hands will be going at right angles for every 30 minutes. Wonderful, student. I appreciate that. Student, am I clear to you? I hope yes, I am clear to you. The situation of right angles arises 2 times in every 1 hour. 2 times, not 1 time. See, I tell you once again, because at 9 o'clock you might see the hands are right angle. Again at 9:30 you can see the hands are at right angles, which means within 30 minutes, within every 30 minutes, hands will be at right angles. Student, am I clear to you? I hope yes, I am clear to you. Hands will be at right angles. Exactly, wonderful student, exactly 9:30, beautiful, beautiful, exactly. I appreciate that. Not exactly at 9:30, very good. It is close to 9:30. Beautiful, I really appreciate that. Wonderful. Because when you raise the point, it is an indication that you are into the topic so well. Exactly 9:30, the hands won't be at right angles. Very good. It is close to 9:30, close to 9:30, right? That's the point is very good, because at 9:30 you can see that minute hand will be absolutely on 6, but our hand will be somewhere between 9 and 10. Therefore, what the point you raise is correct. It is not right angles. Very good. So it is close to 9:30, away from 9:30. Wonderful. Very good, student. I appreciate your doubt. Though that is the process of learning. Students, yes, I understand that you the people are so good. Exactly. It is not possible, but close to 9:30. I mean to say that for every 30 minutes, hands are at right angles. Okay. Now come on, student. So now let me tell you that the concept of right angle is something like this. When the time is 3 o'clock, when the time is 3 o'clock, you can see that how many divisions the hands are apart? 15 divisions. Tell me how many angles? And 90 degrees. So this is the situation of right angles. So at 3 o'clock, you can see the hands are at right angles. After what time you see both the hands are at right angles? At 3 o'clock, you can clearly see that. At 3 o'clock, you can clearly see that. My point is, after what time you can see the right hands will be at right angles? At 3 o'clock, and next time it is close to 3:30. May not be very close, not exactly 3:30. It is close to 3:30. Isn't it? 3:30, close to 3:30. Not exactly, but close to 3:30. Therefore, so this is right angles. Come on, student. So what is right angles? If the gap is 15 divisions in terms of divisions. If it is 90 degrees, we say that the hands are at right angles. Come on, student. So this is about coincident, and we already done this. Yes, my dear students. Now here we go. This is right angles. Please note down. Please note down this point. What is this? If the angle between the hands is 15 divisions or 90 degrees apart, then they are said to be at right angles. Please note down. As I already told you, and you can simply note down. So if the angle between the hands is, please note down, 90 degrees. In every 1 hour, both the hands will be at right angles for 2 times. We already see. In every 1 hour, both the hands will be right angles for 2 times, as we already see. But. In every 12 hours, it happens only for 22 times. I explain you why. Now, you please note down first. I'll explain you why. Because if every 1 hour it happens for 2 times, it is quite natural to expect in 12 hours of time it so happens for 24, but it is 22 times. I explain you why. Hence, in a day, it happens for 44 times. In a day. In a day, obviously, 12 hours. Okay. Now, students, I think yes, we can move on to question man, because I understand that you are getting the point so good. Yeah. So I think yes, we can move on to the next question. Ready? Now, here is the question given to you. You need to answer this question. Right? Come on, student. Look at the question. Between 4 and 5 o'clock, between 4 and 5 o'clock, when the hands are at right angles. Actually, it happens for 2 times. You can take 1 time. Ready? So, come on, student. Now the time is 4 o'clock. Now the time is 4 o'clock. You can see the time is 4 o'clock. Therefore, so minute hand is absolutely on 12 and our hand is absolutely on 4. Okay, man? Now the hands are at, now the time is 4 o'clock. Student, now just let me know. And now the gap between the hands is 20 divisions. At 4 o'clock, we can see the hands are separated by 20 divisions. But to be right angles, we need to have the gap of only 15 divisions. Which means to say that the minute hand has to move how many divisions? 5 divisions. But every one division is covered in how much time? 12 by 11 minutes. Therefore, 5 by 11 minutes past 4 o'clock. Student, I think you understand my point. So one answer is 5 by 11 minutes past 4 o'clock. Okay, student, now please listen to me. Please listen to me. What is this? This is the gap. When the time is 4 o'clock. What is this? This is the gap you are expecting to be at right angles. So which means it has to move 5 divisions. Therefore, into 12 by 11. Therefore, 5 by 11 minutes past 4 o'clock. Therefore, at right angles you see close to 4-5. From 4 it is 4-5. So it is close to 4-5. You can see the hands will be at right angles. See, 90 degrees angle is there. That is one angle. So it happens at 4-5. But unfortunately, you don't have the same in answer. Yeah, you are asking me to explain that mixed fraction? Yeah, I'll explain you. I'll explain. Student, you see that 60 by 11. How many times 11 get cancelled in 60? 5 times. 55. 60 after removing 55, how much you left with? 5 by 11. Okay? But unfortunately, you don't have the answer. But never mind, my dear students. Don't put answer none of these. We see another method. What is that? So coincidence happens not exactly at 4-5, but it also happens at 4:75. Therefore, we have to see two options. What is that? 20 minus 15 and 20 plus 15. So 35 divisions. It happens for 2 times. One is 4-5, another one is 4:35. Therefore, for 35, 12 by 11. Therefore, 420 by 11. How many times it cancel, man? 3 times. 33. 42, we know 33 is removed. So, how much we left? 90. So, 90 means 8 times. So, it happens 2 different times. One is 5 by 11 minutes past 4 o'clock, or else 38 2 by 11 minutes past 4 o'clock. Unfortunately, we are not given either of the answers. Therefore, we can go for none of these. Yeah, yes, I'll explain you once again. Yes, sure. But this time I will give you some another example, man. Why we are not in hurry? I am not in hurry. I just want to explain you with complete details. Come on, students. Please listen to me. Students, now yes, a clock is given to you over here. Okay. Now just let me put some question to you and you please answer my question. Ready? Right. Let me suppose that the time is 5 o'clock. The time is 5 o'clock. Ready? The time is 5 o'clock. Come on, student. Please let me know. Within 1 hour, within 1 hour, between 5 to 6, when you happen to see hands are at right angles. Roughly, rough values, I don't want exact answers. Between 5 and 6 o'clock, because the time is 5 o'clock. We have 1 hour of time. So between this 1 hour, when you happen to see both the hands are at right angles. Rough, give me some rough idea. Give me some rough idea. The time is, now the time is 4 o'clock, sorry 5 o'clock. It is 5. Can you, may I know roughly, when the hands are at right angles? Yes, my dear students, the hands will be at right angles at 5:10, exactly at 5:10. It is not just 5:10, my dear students, it is also 5:40. You see, at 5:10, minute hand will be on 2. Then we can see right angles. We can see right angles because 5:10s, right angles. Right angles means we need to have 15 minutes gap. So 5:10. Students, am I clear to you, man? At 5:10, it comes into right angles. Very good. Close to 5:10, not exactly. I am talking about right angles. Please focus, man, because the topic is so complicated. So when the situation is complicated, we need to show our integrity, man. So the things we have to explore ourselves, because that is the most important concept. Next, and after 5:10, we can also see the hands are at right angles at 5:40. Even at 5:40, we can see angles are at right angles. Therefore, so one way, hands will be at right angles at 5:10, and then again it is 5:40. Am I clear to you, man? I hope, yes, I am clear to you. So right angle happens for 2 times. One is, very good, 5:10 and 5:40. Am I clear to you? Right? So I think now we can move on to next question. Student, am I clear to you, man? Because they will be at right angles. Very good. 2 times. Okay. Now let me give you one question. This note already you noted down. I think this information you already noted down, and otherwise you can take a picture and you can copy after some time, right? And this question we already discussed, and another question is given to you. Here we go. At what time between 5 and 6 o'clock? Go ahead. At what time between 5 and 6 o'clock? Both the hands will be at right angles. Yes, my dear students, so the time is 5 o'clock. The time is 5 o'clock. You can see the time is 5 o'clock. Okay, right, between 5 and 6 o'clock. Come on, students. When the time is 5 o'clock, we can see the gap between the hands is 25 divisions. To be at right angles, we need to have a gap of 10 divisions, which means the minute hand has to move 10 divisions from its actual place. For moving 10 divisions, how much time it takes? 12 by 11. 120 by 11. 11 cancels for how many times? 10 times. 11 into 10, 110. So how much you left? 10. Past 5 o'clock. Unfortunately, that option is not there. Can you give me second option? So it is not done. So second way, we can get this when 15 is added, which means 540. But 40 divisions are gained in what time? 11 time. Therefore, 480 by 11. How many times? 4 times, 44. 48, if you remove 44, you left with 40. 40 means 3 times. 43 past 5 o'clock. Again, my dear students, you don't have both the options. So it happens for 2 times. One is Yeah, very good. Yes, 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 my dear students. Yes. Yeah, you get the right answer. Not for every 15 minutes, my dear students, for every 30 minutes. For every 30 minutes. Student, see, some of you are having some doubts, I will explain you. See, this is 5 o'clock. You see the hands will be at right angles at 5:10, see, at right angles, which means it has to move 10 divisions. It has to move 10 divisions. That is point number 1. Again, it will be at right angles at 5:40. It will be at right angles at 5:40, which means minute hand has to move 40 divisions. So, at 10 divisions one time and 40 divisions second time. I will explain you once again. Never mind, we discuss once again. If it is really complicated, we need to discuss once again. Let me complete the remaining topic and then again come to you. Okay? Right. Come on student, now we are moving to next concept. The concept is, the very important concept is both the hands are opposite. Student, if you can look at the question, when you see the hands are opposite. Yes, my dear students. So let me give you some interesting information about this. Okay, ma'am. So for your kind information, at 6 o'clock, if you look at the clock, when the time is 6, you can see this. When the time is 6, you can see both the hands are opposite. Both the hands are quite opposite to each other when the time is 6 o'clock. Can you see this, man? I think yes, you can get this point right. At 6 o'clock, you can see that both the hands are absolutely opposite. May I know, my dear students, when you see hands are opposite again, I am asking you once again. When you see hands are opposite again, at 6 o'clock, we can see both the hands are absolutely opposite. My question to you, when you see this particular situation quite opposite, just like this, come on student, please tell me. When you see hands are opposite again, very good, straight line. When, yeah, exactly, yeah. So at 6 o'clock we can see both the hands are opposite to each other, and we can see the situation when the time is 7:05. When the time is 7:05, we can see both the hands are opposite, and we can also see both the hands are opposite when the time is 8:10. When the time is 8:10, we can see both the hands are opposite. And of course, we can see both the hands are opposite close to 9:50, not exactly, close to 9:15. So what do you understand from this, my dear students? So the point you understood is the hands will be opposite for every 1 hour. So the concept of opposite comes in every 1 hour. So my dear students, when both the hands are 30 divisions apart, when both the hands are 30 divisions apart or 180 degrees. If you want to say in divisions, it is 30 divisions, and if you want to say in angle, it is 180 degrees. Therefore, if both the hands are 30 divisions or 180 degrees apart, then we say hands are opposite to each other. Students, so before we discuss some more questions, you please note down these points. Please note down. Let me explain you. First, you please note down. If the angle between the hands is 30 divisions or 180 degrees apart, then they are said to be opposite. In every 1 hour, both the hands will be opposite only once. We see that 6, 7, 5, 8, 10, you can see that 9, 10, 20 every time, yeah. But in 12 hours, it happens only for 11 times. I will explain you why it so happens. Wait for some time. Hence, in a day, it happens for 22 times. Okay, man? I hope yes. So I think we are confident. Okay? Now shall I put some question to you? Now here we go. Come on, student. Yes. Right, my dear students. So I think now you are confident about this particular topic. Yes, you will definitely get it to know, man. Because there is nothing in the world which we cannot learn. There is nothing in the world which we cannot learn. Yes, let me know what is the doubt. Now you understand what is opposite. Now I just want to demonstrate a question to you. I think you can definitely get to know this. Okay, man? Now here we go. Student, now please look at the question, look at the board. I think you can easily understand this. Right, man? Now what is the time now? Now the time is 8 o'clock. May I know that? Now the time is 8 o'clock. Look at the board, there is a time is 8 o'clock. May I know at what earliest time both the hands will be opposite? Come on. In what time? When the hands will be opposite? Now the time is 8 o'clock. First you answer my question. Now the time is 8 o'clock. Now the time is 8 o'clock. Tell me when the hands are going to be opposite at the earliest. You can look at the board and you can get the answer, man. At the face of the question you can answer. Yes, that's the point. That's wonderful, wonderful. Now the time is 8 o'clock. So when the hands will be opposite, you only said it is within 10 minutes. Yes, exactly. So within 10 minutes, the hands will be opposite. Yes, at 8 to 10, isn't it? Exactly. Which means to say that the minute hand has to move how many divisions? 10 divisions. What, man? So you are so good. You know that. Yes, you got the point. So yes, what you said is right. So the minute hand, by the time it moves 10 minutes, very good. 8:10, not exactly 8:10, but of course at 8:10. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. 8:10, man, you can see that. 8:10. Very good. Therefore, what is the point? Come on, student, let me give you. So let us assume that now the time is 8 o'clock. Now the time is 8 o'clock. So when the time is 8 o'clock, we can see that the gap between the hands is 40 divisions. But to be opposite, we require 30 divisions, which means to say that the minute hand has to move 10 divisions to be opposite. You understand that? Okay, man? But for 10 divisions, it takes more than 10 minutes. Yeah, very good point. Now I think, yes, we can move on to question, man, because you are so good. Yes, very good. Now here we go. So opposite you already noted down. Now here is the question you have to answer. Come on, answer this question. Between 7 and 8 o'clock. Between 7 and 8 o'clock. The time is 7. 7 means the minute hand is exactly on 12. Our hand is exactly on 7. Between 7 and 8 o'clock. You can respond to this question, I am sure. Come on. The point is, when the time is 7 o'clock, we can see that the gap is 35 divisions. See, 35 divisions. But to be opposite, we have to have a gap of 30 divisions. Which means the minute hand has to move 5 divisions from its actual position. But for every 1 division, it takes 12 by 11 minutes. Therefore, 60 by 11. Therefore, 5 by 11 minutes past 7 o'clock. So I think, yes, we can move on to next question with more confidence. Yes, very good going. Here is the question. Go ahead. Between 9 and 10 o'clock. Between 9 and 10 o'clock. Yes, it is 9 o'clock. So when it is 9 o'clock, you can see that when it is 9 o'clock, you can see that the time is something like this. Our hand is on 9, minute hand is on 12. Come on student, when the hands are opposite, because it is 9 o'clock, you can see it is 9 o'clock, something like this. To be opposite, yes, the minute hand has to come like this. Make it fast, you can do that. Yes, my dear students, so how do we answer this question, man? Students, yes, you can see that at 9 o'clock we can see that the gap is 45 divisions, because the gap should be taken only in clockwise direction. The gap is 45 divisions clockwise, but to be opposite we need to have a gap of 30 divisions, which means the minute hand has to move 15 divisions. The minute hand has to move 15 divisions, but for 15 divisions how much time it takes? 12 into 15, 180. 180 means how many times? 1 time. 70. 70 means 6. 4 by 11 minutes. Past 9 o'clock. Therefore, your answer must be second option. 16, 4 by 11 minutes. Oh sorry, it is given 5, therefore it is not even second option, therefore fourth option. Your answer must be 16, 4 by 11 minutes past 9 o'clock. Yes, anyway, yeah, the concept is a little complicated. I believe that. I know that, I know. Students, clock is such a topic that is the reason we discuss this topic at the end. Because you the people will definitely get to some confusion for this kind of topics. But when the topic is really that difficult, we need to be even more careful. Student, I found two important problems with the students in the class, I can say that. One is some of you are not good at calculations. You please make it a habit of doing calculations. Because if you see that when 180 by 11 is given to you, you have to be in a position to cancel like this. But if anyway, if you are not able to cancel like this, you have no other option but to do it something like 1 time 11. So you have 70, 6 times 66. So how much you left with? 4. So 16, 4 by 11 minutes. But actually you know that you are already into degree. So you should be very strong at calculations. If you are not good at calculations, there is a chance that you must be making mistake. Past 9 o'clock, between, see, when it happens, you tell me, when the opposite, when it is actually happens, it is close to 9:15, you know, it close to 9:15. So which means the opposite happens, it is close to 9:15. 9:15, so after 9, it is not after 10. 9:15, close to 9:15. So 9 and 15. So it is not past 10, it is past 9 o'clock. After passing 9, we see the hands will be opposite. I know that because earlier when the topic is so simple, you used to respond very quickly. I understand your response is a little slow. It is only because you need to do some calculation, number one, and even then you have some difficulty in understanding the concept, but we can make it. Student, we need to show our integrity when the concept is difficult. If everything is going fine, I don't think there is any confusion in handling this kind of questions. Student, now I just want to put some questions to you. You need to answer my questions with complete command. Okay? Now please look at the board. I want to put some question to you. Please look at the board. Ready? Now I need to get answers from your side. Let us see how you answer this question. Okay, man? Now, student, let me suppose the time is 10 o'clock. Let me suppose the time is 10 o'clock. Okay? Now, I want to put some question to you and you are supposed to answer me. Ready? Be ready. Just look at the time. Now, the time is 10 o'clock. Student? Yes. Tell me, my dear students. Approximately, at what time both the hands will be opposite? Approximately, not exactly. Come on. Approximately, when both the hands will be opposite? Tell me, approximately. Not exactly. I know how to handle this kind of topics, man. Tomorrow you will get complete clarity about this topic, I can assure you. right? By tomorrow you will definitely get the perfection. Come on student, yes, I put a question to you. Approximately at what time both the hands are opposite? So it happens so that, so the opposite, both the hands will be at opposite close to 10:20. Yes, exactly, close to 10:20, but not exactly 10:20. It is more than 10:20. So we discuss very interesting concept in clock, but I understand that you might have some difficulty, but tomorrow I make sure that you come out of the difficulty for sure. But the topic is so interesting, so please get to the topic once again and try to get the perfection. The remaining concepts are so easy. Okay, right student? So we'll be meeting again tomorrow at the same time.